What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 8 with me this week. Thank you for tuning in if you've never been here before. This channel is just to kind of keep track of my real estate journey on my road to trying to become financially independent, like many folks out there. But I decided to kind of just focus on my journey from the beginning on. I wish I have done this 2 years ago when I actually started my journey, but as I shared in previous videos, I actually hate being in front of the camera. So this year I finally worked up the courage to do it. So this is your first time here, welcome. Go ahead and check out all the other videos that I've uploaded over the past several weeks. And then if you find it of any value to you, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment in the comment section, or reach out to me, email, phone number. I think episode 5 or 4 or 5, I put my contact information there. So reach out to me, okay? So as far as this week is concerned, um, the title may have been a little misleading there, but that was kind of done intentionally, taking a page out of Graham Stephan, trying to clickbait you guys. So I apologize. This is the last time, at least in the short term, that I'm doing this, just testing out this theory about how like people respond and react to more of like negative connotation. So just throwing a somewhat of a misleading title out there. So if you thought you were coming here to see some disappointment from me, that's not the case. So again, apologize for the somewhat of a misleading title there. Okay. But this week, just wanted to update you guys on what I've been doing more recently. So a couple of weeks ago, I think I shared with you guys, one of the listener reached out to me. Really grateful to have connected with him. I think he and I are on the same page on a lot of the things related to, the mindset piece of investing, or really doing anything that's worth any value in our lives. So it's really cool to connect with him and just doing an accountability checkup every couple of weeks or so. And for me, the big thing that I know I need to get over, but I absolutely despise and hate doing, is cold calling. Part of the reason why I hate it is because we all get those cold calls, informational calls, and typically hate spending time on there. So now I'm on the other side, and I understand how people hate receiving calls from strangers, right? So just from the pure fact that I personally don't like getting the calls, I didn't want it to be on now on the be somewhat hypocritical and then be on the other side trying to get information out of people, right? So that's kind of been weighing heavy on me. But I know for me personally, in order for me to grow to the next phase in my investing journey, I have to, get over that hump and stop thinking so much of, like what's important to me, or, like just trying to get over myself here, essentially. So, um, started doing that this week, picking up a little bit more. Every day I'm trying to do 10, 12, 15 calls, just getting out there and trying to connect with um, local investors, or bankers, or commercial bankers and hard money lenders, just trying to network at this point. And the reason why I chose this approach is because, like I mentioned in my very first video, there's several really good, successful investors out there. There's a young guy locally here by the name of Cody Davis, and then him and his partner share this approach all the time on their store, on their channel. So just taking a little page out of their strategy and trying to see if I find any success with that. So far, I connected with a few out of like the maybe 15 to 20 calls that I've had. I actually made contact with a few folks locally here. Had overall like pretty good conversations with them, and I'm hoping next week I might be able to get a coffee or bagel meetup with one of the folks that I connected. She's pretty busy this week, so I told her I'll try again next week, and she was receptive to that. So I've been pretty happy with that. It's still kind of tough for me personally to just get on a call with total strangers and trying to get time with them. Obviously in this day and age, it's people have every right to be skeptical of just strangers calling them, right? So I was really grateful that a few folks picked up and actually took the time to have conversation with me. So we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to try to be consistent with that approach because, as you guys may have heard from 2 episodes ago, I'm unemployed now, so I don't have my W-2 anymore. A lot of my time is spent either trying to get my one of the units in my triplex ready and rented again. That thing has been, taking up so much of my time, and it's one of those things where I spent almost a year trying to get this thing done. But also at the same time, I've actually been enjoying whenever I have time to do that. It's just tough when you've never done it before to really try to get it going. So I've been kind of stopping, starting, and then with a few Airbnbs, just running around those other properties, and then also trying to attend to the clients on the real estate brokerage side, splitting the time kind of thin, and really trying to work out my time management there. But I'm hoping that I can get that thing all wrapped up in a few months and then get it going because it's essentially been bleeding for about 10 months now. And most of that bleeding is actually not that bad in terms of the rent I collect and my monthly expense, but it's just all the materials and the tools that I found out I had to get in order to do these renovations, right? Like it adds up pretty quickly. But overall, I've been enjoying my time whenever I do get time to go out there. So just been doing a lot of that, and then our waterfront Airbnb. Just been going out there with my buddies, trying to maintain it. Summertime out there is kind of crazy with in terms of just yard maintenance around the area, and then also when we bought the property, we didn't realize the sliding door, one of the window was broken, so it was a double pane, and one of the outside window was broken. We didn't even check that because fell in love with the waterfront view. So we got that all done last week. That was pretty cool. Again, super grateful. I have my buddy with us because probably would have cost us at least 2 grand to do that, and 800 including materials and everything. So that was a pretty cool project to be a part of. Kind of helping my buddy with that. Outside of that, personal wise, just obviously, maybe a lot of you guys are experiencing this too, just with a lot of graduation graduation season. So going and supporting my nieces and nephews that are graduating from high school, college. So just trying to stay stay in front of that. But outside of that, really is just trying to be consistent with the brokerage piece, trying to build up my client base now, that W-2 job, then two, networking with different folks, whether it's the lenders, the local banks, apartment investors, trying to understand from local investors who've done it for a long time how they stayed in the game, and also how they see the market change and how they shifted over the many cycles that we've seen. Overall, it's been fun. Again, I think I'm gonna try to start keeping these a little bit shorter than before. First couple of videos, it was going between like anywhere between 18 to 20 or 22 or 25 minutes even. And I don't know if you guys prefer that long form or not, but essentially just doing weekly updates on my week. Um, Comment in the section if you guys like to see the numbers on the 3 properties that I do own. I can go over kind of how I look at that thing, and if it's negative, why I'm not so concerned with some of the things that are creating a negative cash flow. I think a lot of folks always talk about cash on cash return, and they go through their numbers, and most of the time I've always seen just only positive stuff. My stuff, at least in the beginning here, it's been pretty good. I haven't had to dig into the reserves, but I'm not like making crazy returns. But I'm also okay with that. My thought process was in the long run, I will make it out okay. So as long as I'm not digging too deep into my pocket and trying to cover my expenses, I'm okay with that. So if you guys want to see those things, let me know, comment in the section, and maybe next week I will share one of those. I think I try not to do those because from what I've heard from other folks who do put their stuff out there, it's just like maybe people lose attention or get pretty bored with spreadsheets and numbers when it's kind of in this long form format video. But if any of you guys are interested in that, I don't know how I kind of look at my numbers. Okay. And then yeah, update on the real estate brokerage side. Surprisingly, when I stopped doing my W-2, all of a sudden I didn't change my approach all that much, but maybe it's just a bit of a timing and coincidence. I'm not sure, but as soon as I left my W-2, I feel like more realistic transactions have started to transpire. So from the real estate brokerage side, I'm going on the beginning of my third year now, and a lot of stats always say that within like real estate agent or real estate brokerage business, most people don't make it to their second year renewal, or if they do, um, it's usually like one or two transaction a year is pretty standard. So it's only like a handful of really good top end agents that are doing majority of the work. And so I'm going in my third year, and I feel like I'm kind of progressing in the right direction based on all the folks that I've kind of talked to locally in terms of their own trajectory. So in the first year, I think I did only a few transactions. In the second year, I think I only did like one or two as well. And then this year, I'm on pace for 4 transactions. If everything closes, my brother's transaction closed tomorrow, then I'll be at 4, and then I may be able to double that in the next 2 to 3 months as well, depending on how some of these shake up. But it's been good to see that progress. Luckily, that's going well, so I don't have to again dig into my emergency funds yet. So feel like I still have a few months left of my wife being sane before she starts getting a little anxious and panicking if we do dip into my our emergency fund. But right now I'm enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. Just not having that kind of target behind my back in terms of the W-2 and waking up trying to answer to, kind of like meetings that I feel like don't really produce a whole lot of value, or I don't add a whole lot of value. So having that off my back has been a huge relief. One thing that I am needing to do better at, and love for you guys to keep me accountable, is I think about a month and a half ago, I may have put it on Facebook or in one of these posts that in addition to my investing piece, my personal health was the other piece that I wanted to focus on. And July 11th, I wanted to get to at least somewhere in between 150 to 155 pounds. When I announced that, I was sitting between 177, 176 ish. And I chose July 11th because if you guys follow me on Facebook, you guys would know that 1 year anniversary of my dad, hoping to get my back in line and maintain it long term. I'm currently between 166, 167 ish. Sometimes 164 if I do really good. So I have between 9 to 11 pounds to lose in less than a month. So keep me in your prayers. Hopefully I can do that. But I got a lot to catch up on in terms of the health piece. So hopefully I can hit that goal. But outside of the business stuff, that's the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I'm trying to also hit into personal goals. Okay. Outside of that, I don't have anything else to share. Um, Again, guys, like comment in the comment section and let me know what things you guys would be more interested in hearing. Okay, and again, I apologize for the kind of clickbait title of you will be the one. This is only a trial phase to see what kind of view will or people would jump onto, and my hunch is that negative news tend to get people to click on it more than positive news. It unfortunate, but I think that's just the um, environment that we're in that most people gravitate towards whenever they hear gossip or negative news. They tend to gravitate towards that, and I think there's folks out there trying to change that. I'm certainly prefer to approach things on the positive side as well. But this week is just kind of a fun week, trying to test out some things. Again, taking a page out of Graham Stephan's marketing strategy there. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for spending your time with me this week. Again, share this YouTube page with your friends and family. Like, subscribe, and thank you to those who subscribed last week because we are up to 34 now. We are 6 subscribers away from hitting our 40 subscriber, and then once we hit that, we'll set another goal for us to chase. Okay, you guys have a great rest of the week. Take care and let me know what's going on in your guys' lives. Okay, have a good one. Bye bye.